Right. Can I explain the assessment and awarding certification elements of the CEC? Of course I can. I've been part of that review panel, both while I was part of the CTC review panel. I kept getting pulled across, and I've been pulled in several times over the years. It is deliberately a difficult thing. When I submitted my CEC, it was somewhere in the region of 18,000 words. It was a huge application, and it took me 6 months to craft it, because you start small and you iterate and you come back and you go over it and over it and over it, and it takes time because you're working inside word limits. You're trying to get across the nuances of your practice. So the process to become a CEC can be outlined quite straightforwardly. Getting through it is a different matter. But you're going to kick off with a call with somebody on that review panel today, and you're going to coach them. You're going to answer some questions, and there's going to be a conversation about your experiences and your thinking as an agile coach, of course. But ultimately, you're going to have to show you can coach. You can help and partner with somebody so that they can get better understanding, clarity. They can take action with accountability, the hallmarks of a good coach. Let's assume that all goes well. You're going to get some feedback. It doesn't matter good or bad. You're going to get some feedback because none of us are perfect. Okay. And you're going to be coaching a highly qualified coach. So there's room for improvement. Worst case, you get told, not yet, here's some feedback. Go and have a think. Go do some work. It's not the end of the world, is it? You can always come back in 6 months or 12 months or whatever it is that they say and go again. But you do get through. You're going to go into a 2-part process. First part, you're going to write about what is quantifiably true. So who you are, when you got your CSP, what books you've read, what conferences you've led, how you're engaged and involved and leading the community. Okay? Who mentors you, who you mentor. All of these things are about understanding you. Okay? A reviewer is going to pick that up and they're going to work through it. And it takes time because they're going to go through it several times and they're going to look at everything and then individually and as a whole, and they're trying to understand you. Are you somebody who can demonstrate that you've achieved a level for a CEC? Applying for a CEC is not a promotion. You're already there. You are somebody who practices at enterprise level, high quality coaching and consulting and organizational change. Okay? And of course, an agilist. Not only Scrum, you're going to need to know more. Okay? You're already there. This is what they're looking for. Not somebody who has the potential to be, because everybody realistically in our world has the potential to be, but somebody who's put the work in and is there. And what they're doing is they're submitting an application to their peers and saying, I'm as good as you. Do you agree? So part 1 is going to look at the quantitative. That is, if you've done the work, straightforward. You're going to list down the books you've read, the models you used, the people you've mentored, because it's your job. Not because it's anything special, but because you do it, you know it. Part 2 is the qualitative. They're going to be looking for your thinking, how your practice has grown over the years and how it shapes who you are today and how you solve problems. Do you partner with people or do you dictate to them? Do you work in this collaborative approach that we expect, or do you have a tendency to go it alone? All of this stuff is going to come out, and they are very good questions crafted to help you understand your own processes, your own strategies. What we're looking for in these sections is not perfection. We all make mistakes. Did you learn from those mistakes? If so, what did you learn? How did you bring it back into your practice? How are you better as an agile coach because of what you've done? Throughout the application, there's going to be ongoing review and feedback, okay, to allow you to amend things if it's not clear or answer questions. It's not a complete black box. What we want is for people to pass, but only those people who are at that level. The failure rate at the guide levels is very high. There's lots and lots of people who don't get through first time. It is rare, though, that it's a and never come back. What you're likely going to have, and you are likely to because the rates are so high for not being successful the first time, is a 6 months or a year's deferral with Go away, work on this, demonstrate more of this, show us that you can do whatever it is to build that application, to build that experience more important. CECs, in my opinion, are the pinnacle in the Agile coaching world. We are the people who have been there, done that, and demonstrated to the highest level. There is nothing yet that touches it. So if you want to join what is a very select group of people, there's just over 100 CECs in the world, okay, it will take work. You're going to take that application and you're going to craft it and recraft it and keep doing it. And you're going to seek feedback from those mentors. You can, if you want, reach out to me. And if I have the time and the availability, I am more than happy to work with you and help you. Okay? I can't give you the experience, but I can spot holes. And you can go and find out how to close that gap. This is what we do. To be a CEC is a great privilege. Okay? To help other people is really our calling. So it makes sense that we want to help people who want to help people. My passion is very much growing the next Scrum Masters, the next Agile coaches in the world, helping people be better. And I can do that well as one, but I can do it better having worked with many people who are also great, who I know are out there following the same calling, or at least similar callings, growing Scrum Masters themselves, really helping us develop this as a profession. The CEC is difficult, but in that journey, you're going to learn so much about yourself, your practice. You're going to uncover things that you've probably forgotten, okay? And you can bring them back into your practice or recognize them as something from your past that's interesting, but no longer relevant. But throughout it, you're going to grow. You're going to be better for taking this route.